Okay, welcome back to The Source. I'm your host, Joshua Werner, and this is our first guest for tonight. It is Mr. Chuck Garric of Beasto Blanco. This legendary bass player, vocalist, guitar player has played with loads of incredible acts throughout the years, most famously perhaps Alice Cooper. And he is such an incredible guy. So we're going to be bringing in special guest co-host, my dear friend Rissa, who is going to be conducting this interview with Chuck Garric that we filmed recently in San Francisco. I hope you enjoy it. We had a ton of fun.
So how did Beasto Blanco form in 2012? And how did you go about choosing the members of the band?
Well, Beasto Blanco, it formed from a vision I had where I had toured for so many years, and as a musician and as a songwriter, I had these songs in my head and that I have recorded. And the vision of Beasto came out lyrically as I was writing the songs, and the characters of the band just started to come fast to me. I knew immediately who I wanted in the band because I envisioned Beasto as not only a rock and roll band, but a visual experience. So I needed those type of people in my band. So originally, it was Brother Latham, who I knew could cover all the guitar parts and is just a stellar performer. Then I had to pick a bass player because on this particular journey, I was going to sing and play guitar. So it was time for me to step into a completely new role. So I had a friend from Germany we call the Wolfman, Jan McGraw. And again, great performer, great player, and just a real positive guy to be around. Then came the rhythm section. I needed somebody who had energy and enthusiasm and not your typical rock and roll drummer. Because Beasto was going to take on a completely different role musically at times. There enters Sean Sellers. This guy has just energy that I've never experienced before behind the kit. He's just everything you want a drummer to be. Not twirling his sticks or any of that. He loses his whole identity when he's behind that kit. He's just dripping sweat, and just the energy is incredible. I was missing one more element. I'm going to be standing there singing with my guitar. What's going to be going on around me? I needed the machine girl. Enter Calico Cooper.
Hey, get back here!
There you go. You never know when she's going to appear. Calico and I have known each other for many years, performing throughout the United States, Europe, Australia, Asia. This particular person I know to be a triple threat, a quadruple threat. She has many talents, some that she didn't even know she had. So I needed that voice, I needed that stage presence. I needed the person where I would have an idea and she would take it and make it better, turn it into her own. So I would suggest something. And in Beasto Blanco, there is no such thing as the word no. We move forward with an idea and a concept, and we all make it our own. And that's what Calico brought to this band. So in 2012, here we were, 5 people with this whole new role that we were going to be playing. And everybody embraced it, and it's taken us on an incredible journey.
Speaking of journeys, you've been all over the world traveling in some of the biggest rock and roll bands that there are.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tour? If you just had to pick one, what would it be?
Well, there's been quite a few that have been amazing and epic, and I have been blessed to play in front of hundreds of thousands of people throughout the world. But one in particular was, for me, meant the most, was on tour with Beasto Blanco, where the luxuries weren't necessarily there. But watching this band come together and unite, where we had to fight the elements, and I'm talking about a tour we had throughout Europe, and we had ended up in a massive snowstorm in Switzerland where our bus completely broke down in the middle of the Alps. And when I say broke down, I mean power. Everything gets shut down. And I watched all of us band together, almost died twice. But we pulled it together. We made it to the next show the next day. And it just really showed me the love and the desire and the respect we all have for one another to just keep fighting.
Awesome. Well, since we are at a comic convention, Fan Expo San Francisco,
Yeah.
let's kind of get into comic books.
Yeah.
When it comes to Beasto Blanco, Space Wave Conquest,
Yeah.
how did it come about, and what was it like working with Garric and Kid Wallace?
Oh, two great people. Everybody at Source Point Press has been amazing. Garrett is phenomenal. Kit, wow, what a talent. Billy Bob Thornton had worked with Garrett in the past, and Billy and I are very close friends. He suggested, or Garrett had asked them, hey, is there somebody we should know? Billy Bob immediately said, you need to know about Beasto Blanco. Garrett contacted me, and instantly it just clicked. We had the same vision. We had the same ideas. His passion for what he does, my passion for what I do, it just collided into this perfect world. I knew I definitely knew I had the ace in the hole when I could get Garrett on the line to talk to the Machine Girl, to Calico, because she also is a living, breathing character. She doesn't just play a role. She is this person. She is this character on stage, and you'll see it when you see us live. And her idea in her mind was going to be the one thing Garrett needed was the story, and Calico was able to deliver that to him. And from then, it just has moved on to this amazing comic book, this wonderful ashcan. That's both are available now. And here we are at San Francisco Comic-Con, and we are just having a blast to get this out to the masses. It's a whole new adventure for us, and we are looking forward to many more stories to be told.
So since you know Garric Gunn, you obviously also know Josh Werner.
Yeah.
And scary movies, thrillers, slashers, let's talk them. What's your favorite or favorites when it comes to that genre?
Yeah. I think Grease is one of those movies that just scared the hell out of me. I'm kidding. I did love Grease.
I was like, was it the hair? Was it like the cars?
Actually, John
Maybe
Travolta is hands down one of the coolest guys on the planet who I have always loved. And that's why, to me, one of the most scariest movies I saw and still think to this day was Carrie. I love the movie because what I love about the most about it is she kind of has this Beasto element about her, which was she had a lot to deal with. And she had two ways to deal with it, which is to either give up or bring some people down. And that's what she did. And I love the revenge Carrie took out on everybody that was disrespectful to poor Carrie. So I love that movie. It inspired me. It scared the hell out of me, but also inspired me. And the thing I love about the movie the most is the end, because she lives. Remember? The hand. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're a badass. Like Henry.
Thank you. You too. Thanks.
Yeah.